One of the worst Royal Rumble matches in history exploded into action in the last moments of the bout when Becky Lynch entered the bout despite not being an official competitor. Lynch, who had lost earlier in the night to Asuka, replaced the injured Lana and became the 30th entrant into the Women's Royal Rumble. Her earlier loss played into the match as her injured knee was targeted by Charlotte Flair, who was in the final two alongside Lynch. The two have been aligned together and been rivals for much of the past 5 years, and their chemistry in the ring was apparent. Lynch eventually won the Rumble after punching Flair out of the ring in a moment that will live long in the memory. It was sweet relief for the audience that Lynch was involved, as the match prior to that point had been verging on terrible. The exciting end came after a poor beginning to the match, with Lacey Evans and Natalya the first two participants. WWE are clearly very excited by Evans, but she appears out of her depth on the big stage, and the lack of star quality in the opening stages of the match did not help the crowd in Phoenix care. Liv Morgan was the first woman eliminated, but it wasn't until Charlotte Flair became the 13th participant that the action began to heat up as she showed her excellence throughout. While some moments were botched and various amateurism surrounded the match at points, the blame can't be held at the women competing, but more in the lack of effort WWE has done in the past to give their women's roster viable personalities and important moments throughout the card. The lack of surprise entries also did not help matters. No legends returned, and the NXT performers who did appear failed to capitalize on their moment in the big time. Perhaps the lone wrestler who did was Kacy Catanzaro, whose agility and guile was a welcome distraction to the otherwise mundane offerings. Alexa Bliss at 26 and Bayley at 27 did provoke the crowd to get more into the match, while 28th entry Lana elicited some sympathy as she limped to the ring. Nia Jax at 29 summed up the match, a should-be impressive moment forever under impressing in the spotlight. Becky Lynch's subsequent arrival and victory saved the match overall, and she will now challenge either Asuka or Ronda Rousey for their championship belt.